Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I haven't played Black Ops 6 much in 2025, but when the game was newly released, I put in some time and found myself pleasantly surprised with the quality. It felt like it was a return to what made Call of Duty what it is, a mix of gritty realism and arcadey multiplayer that gave the series the identity we all know and have loved at various times. Then recently, I saw an advertisement for new characters to be used in multiplayer in Warzone, and they were Beavis and Butthead. Yes, Generation X is probably losing their minds. Well, pretending that they're above actually caring about anything. But the rest of the audience, I would imagine, is as confused as I am. This is actually a question for anyone watching this from Gen Z. Do you know who Beavis and Butthead are? Millennials probably caught a few episodes on MTV back in the day, but it just feels like such an odd inclusion, especially when you see the art style compared to the style of the actual game. It looks so very out of place. I know that we've seen Homelander and Rick Grimes added to Call of Duties in the past, but at least they are based on real actors and as such can be modeled in the style of the game. Yes, it's of course jarring to see Nicki Minaj bearing down on you with an M16, but at least she looked like the other character models. Beavis and Butthead are cartoon characters and have been added to the game as cartoon characters. And of course, this isn't anything that new for Battle Royale games. Fortnite has become the biggest game ever by adding as many pop culture characters as possible, regardless of the conflicting art styles. However, the world of Fortnite is cartoony and silly to begin with, whereas Call of Duty isn't that. Well, it isn't supposed to be that, anyways. I'm guessing this is just the first in a long line of similar characters. Can't wait to get teabagged by Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory while Courage the Cowardly Dog hits the gritty. The first time I really recall Call of Duty moving to this direction was Advanced Warfare when they added a clown costume to the skins. I could kind of overlook that while accepting that it was, ridiculous, but I should have been much harsher on it given that this wasn't just a goofy one-off thing, but instead a harbinger of things to come. Also, I should note that I never played Call of Duty Ghosts, so I wasn't there for Michael Myers being added, which I guess really was the beginning of all this. Unfortunately, today, when things are so financially focused, games must make more money each year, so this trend isn't going to stop. A game can't have its own identity because it needs to appeal to everyone all at once. How else is Battlefield 6 supposed to reach 100 million players? Yes, in case you missed it, EA is expecting their newest Battlefield to have 100 million players, which feels nearly as realistic as me saying that I expect this video that you're watching right now to reach a million views. I mean, it could happen in the sense that anything's possible in an infinite universe, but I mean, it's probably not going to actually happen. It was kind of a slow transition to get to this point. First, there were loot boxes, then individual weapon skins for sale, but that was okay because they were designed by the artists working on the game and they fit the overall aesthetic. But now Microsoft and Activision have realized that they don't really need to give a shit about that. They certainly don't need to give a shit about paying artists. They have AI and they can use it to make promotions and skins. Yeah, they look horrible, but it's cheap. I mean, Microsoft just laid off a ton of developers and artists, and word on the street is this because they believe AI can replace a lot of those workers. It can't, but they're going to find out the hard way that it can't, as they flood the market with slop in an attempt to make a quick buck. When people complain about the de-evolution of the video game industry, I really need them to understand that it's because these are no longer handcrafted works of passion. The game industry is far too large for that. There are too many business bros in charge who don't understand what makes a game special, but do understand how to read an earnings report. So if the line goes up, good. If not, lay off 25% of staff. Please pay me $8 million. The passionate artists are forced out to make way for AI replacements. Many are leaving the gaming industry altogether. That's why games created by more independent companies, such as like Warhorse Studio with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, or Sandfall Interactive with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, or games headed by a single-minded auteur like Kojima Productions with Death Stranding 2, are the studios making games that are receiving the highest praise and being considered Game of the Year contenders. While games like Call of Duty, which are made under the watchful eye of a large corporate overlord, are producing titles of lesser and lesser quality with critical and commercial reception to match. So I guess to conclude, this is not only about Call of Duty losing its identity, but the games industry at large being at risk of losing its identity and what made it special to begin with. So don't buy Beavis and Butthead. Or do, I guess. I mean, it's not really like we can stop what's going on there. Definitely buy games like Death Stranding, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Claire Obscura. I have like 3 videos talking about how awesome KCD2 is on this channel, so check those out if you're interested. And yeah, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Check out our other channels, including Those Fake Nerds, which is nerd and pop culture news, Weird Sports, with sports news, Better Radio, which is our podcasting channel, and The Blindsiders, which we have videos covering the show Survivor. There's so many videos. There's got to be at least one of those channels that you'll be into. So please check those out, and we will see you in the next one.